All right, so I'm here with Allie. She got first place with Orange Piccolo at an ulti battle. So we kind of wanted to just show you guys the updates to her list. Me and her worked on this a lot. So yeah, we can kind of just get right into it because we already know why you played this deck. Because it has Gohan.
Because my two favorite characters in the entirety of Dragon Ball are Piccolo and Gohan.
So I'll move this stuff out of the way, and then you can go ahead and talk about the deck whenever you're ready.
Of course. So Piccolo's whole thing, of course, is auto. Once per turn, you can redirect into a superhero archetype cost 3 or more. So it aids the deck in being really, really defensive and doing green's whole thing of living a really long time and being nearly impossible to kill. So to start off, we have 4 of the 1-drop pan. Standard top searcher looks at the top 3 cards and grabs something that's superhero and archetype, no cost lock. So she can even grab your super combo, which is really helpful.
And your 8-drop Beastons, more importantly, but yes.
More importantly, your 8-drop Beastons. And then we have 4 of the 1-drop Krillin. Krillin says after you hit 6 energy, you can tell your opponent that they can't swing on you with a cost 5 or less, which is really helpful into a lot of aggro decks, which this deck kind of admittedly struggles into. And it's really good if you say, hey, you can't attack with that, and then swing into something else on board and combo this off, or combo it on leader to make it a 30 swing to make them give you more cards.
Yeah, this card is basically what really helps you stabilize against pretty much any matchup. And then obviously, like she was saying, you play this, stun something, swing lead, combo this, and now you're doing a 30 swing on lead. And then oftentimes what will happen will be this will just get added back with Hercule because it's an Earthling. So yeah, that's kind of the main talking points about the 1-cost Krillin. Very good card.
Very good card. 3 of the 1-drop 18 says after you get to 6 energy, you can grab 3 or less superhero archetypes back. Really good for grabbing back Pan if you need to search Beaston, grabbing back that Krillin so you can stun something else. Or she also grabs some of the your actual like ramp pieces or your attack pieces, as long as their cost 3 or lower.
And another spicy tech that we play later. So I was just really quick about this. There's a debate where you could swap the ratios of Krillin and her, but me and Allie decided that you just do 4 of this because this adds back a lot of stuff and Krillin, but Hercule can get this back too. So we figured it was probably better to just find this, and then you can loop this with Hercule as well as loop it with her. So I just wanted to note that you probably could swap the ratios, but then you have 8 Earthlings to add back off Hercule instead of 7, so that was kind of the thought process there.
We were running the build initially with 4-18, 3 Krillin, and it just felt wrong because into more aggro matchups, which at our locals, we have a lot of Green Vegeta enjoyers.
That would be me. And also Nick, but yeah.
Green Vegeta enjoyers. I was struggling into aggro, so I needed to find the answer, so I always have to see Krillin.
Yeah,
so it was just essentially
yeah, we
4.
decided to just do 4 because it seemed more important at the time, but yeah, anyway, you can go on.
We have 4 of the 2-drop Gamma 1. This is essentially your turn 2 play if you're on first curve. It pitches a card, draws 2. You have to pitch a superhero in archetype. It really helps to set up your 4-cost ramp where you ramp 2 off of the Gohan because you pitch a high-cost card and you ramp it back later. It's also good because it helps to cycle cards so you can see pieces that you might potentially need. If you're going on second curve, you'll almost never play this card unless you're really digging for pieces late game, but it is 15, so you can easily combo on it and get a swing out of it if that's absolutely necessary.
Yeah, second curve, mostly she typically just uses this to go for game. Like she's like trying to just dig, like pitch 5-cost Piccolo for this and like try to find more 10s, but yeah, really good turn 2 on first curve.
3 of everyone's least favorite 2-cost Hercule grabs back 2 Earthlings, cost 1 from your drop, so grabs back Krillin, grabs back Pan.
That's actually it in this deck.
That's it in this deck. Unfortunately, 18 is only Android and archetype, but still really, really useful, and he's also a swing. You know, I'm a green player to my core, so I swung with Murray, I swing with Hercule.
Yeah.
I've won games with this guy, so.
Yeah, this card's super annoying.
And then we have 4 of the Gamma 2. Early game, it's tap 3, end of turn, KO him, and ramp 1 off the top of the deck. A little more useful once you get beyond 6 energy, because then he goes from swinging 15 to swinging 30. The ramp is required, so you will not end up keeping him on board, but still a really good and easy, low-cost go-for-game card if it's absolutely necessary. Into your yellow Vegeta matchup, he also helps you continue ramping and going really, really wide, and you can grab him back off 18, so really helpful.
Yep. So 30k you can basically always have in your pocket if you have 18, so pretty nice.
Then 2 of the 3 cost Nappa. Anybody who's looked at a green deck pretty much knows what Nappa does. He can ramp 1 or can choose not to attack if you don't have a Vegeta on board. Definitely my least favorite of the ramp cards, but unfortunately necessary, because in this deck, if you don't see your turn 3 ramp, you're pretty much cooked.
Yeah, sometimes you can like get away with just going for Gohan on turn 4, but you're still like pretty behind. So, I mean, in the original profile I posted this, we played 4, but we knocked it down to 2 just to cut some 0 out, and then we found that like 6 was fine, and then like worst case scenario, you can Gohan on 4, go to 6, then go to 7, and it's like you can probably still stabilize with Krillin and blockers and stuff. So we went down to 2 after testing this a lot. So.
And what ultimately resulted in 2 of the Nappas getting removed was adding 2 of the 3 cost Gohan. He's a blocker. When you're above 6 energy, he gets plus 10k, so he's a 35k blocker. This is pretty much an automatic charge into the blue or the yellow matchups, but it's really good tech I found against green, black, and red, particularly Cell, because essentially what you're going to do is you're going to tap 8, play Beaston, bring back 5, tap 3 for this guy, and then you can Krillin or Pan with your 2 leftover energy.
Or Hercule or 18. You can also get this off 18.
You can grab that off 18.
Yeah. I feel like this card's a little bit slept on.
Essentially, the thought process is the Cell player is going to have to choose between self-destructing this guy and denying me my block, or self-destructing the Beaston, which is the bigger threat, and they usually go for the Beaston every single time, and worst case scenario, if this lives, you can get a swing off of it if you're going for game.
Well, it is only 35. Just noted, it's only 35
only
on your
35
opponent's
on
turn.
your opponent's turn,
But I mean, it is still
25k swing.
It's still a swing at the end of the game. Yeah, I think this card is really underrated. I feel like most people just kind of chalk this guy up as bulk, but the fact that you can recur this off of 18 makes this card super annoying, because it's a lower investment blocker, right? Because obviously Piccolo can't be removed by skills, but this allows you to do this, and then, like you said, do Krillin, do Hercule, do 18, do Pan, whatever it may be. So
Red's gonna have to -5 before they can self-destruct.
Yeah, they have to.
It's over this,
Exactly.
and they have to choose between that and the Beaston.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty good.
And then since we're a ramp deck, of course, we are playing 4 of the 4-drop Gohan, which on play ramps 2 cost 3 or higher superhero and archetype cards from your drop into your energy in rest mode. Not quite as broken as the 4-drop droids ramp, because it doesn't come in active, but I feel like
kind of better in some ways.
It's a little more fair if you see Perfect Curve and go 3-drop Gammas on turn 3, 4-drop Gohan on turn 4, you turbo to 8, turn 5 you're playing Beaston and ideally chaining them. So
it's less high roll than 4-drop droids, because 4-drop droids, to get to 8 energy, you basically had to have like 2 or 3 copies of them. So
true.
Yeah, this is just a more consistent card. But yeah, it's an obvious 4 of.
And then next we are running 4 of the 5-drop Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. They KO a battle card costs 3 or less, and then it gives +5 to your leader. This is a really great follow-up card to play off of the Beaston, because you can go, essentially 25, 30, 50. They're either going to take one of those swings, or you're going to rip their hand. I find a lot into the red matchup. It pretty much destroys their hand and helps to get me closer to this game win.
Non-cell, but yeah.
Yeah.
This is a really good card. I mean, obviously, this is pretty much standard for these kind of decks, but yeah, it's really good.
And then we have 2 of the 5-drop blocker Piccolo. We were originally trying to run 4, and then we went down to 3, and now we're down to 2. It is a really good card. Can't be removed when you play it, and gets +10k on the turn where you play it, so he's a 45. Unfortunately, we just found better cards that we needed to run. He's
cards that had
0.
combo power was the thing. Exactly.
Cards that had combo power.
It's another 0, like she was about to say.
And also, we were finding that yellow was just resting him, and a lot of people are still playing yellow. So
yeah, I mean,
it
4
just had to
cost
come out.
boom, and then you could just freeze him. So yeah, just 2 seemed fine. It's been fine, but yeah, it's not good into everything like she was saying. So yeah, still good though.
And then we have 4 of the 7-drop promo Gohan. On play, KO 2 cards cost 4 or less. We were originally only trying to run 2 of this, but then we found that you simply just have to see it, because when you're going on second curve and you only hit 7 before you hit 8, or if you're playing into yellow and they're freezing an energy on the turn you're going to go beast on, you still have a play. And having a play is nice.
And it clears board, and it could
does.
potentially clear 3 bodies because he's a 40 swing too. So, and the main thing about this though was this was actually her decision to just play 4 of this, and it was just correct. And the main thing, but what I was gonna say is the main thing about this card is another 10. It's a searchable 10. It is also another boss card. They do kind of have to answer this, otherwise you just get to stick a 40 swing. So, yeah. Definitely strong card. Really nice inclusion. Kind of does solve some issues, but
it really does. And there have been turns where if I continue ramping my zeros, I've been able to tap 8 for Beast Hunt, tap 7 for this guy, and swing big multiple times, and then go for game with a Hercule. So, really good card.
Yeah.
Only a 1 of the 7-drop Namek Goku Double Striker. Double Striker in our current meta isn't always the win condition, but when it is, this guy comes in clutch, especially since you can play him after playing Beast Han if you're low enough, because he comes in for 3.
And Hercule. You could do this plus Beast Han plus Hercule, or this plus Beast Han and Android 18, and then you can like leave the energy up for the 1-drop destructive whatever meteor, gigantic meteor extra, the plus 25 one. So this guy's a 70 swing. So yeah, really good.
Yeah.
It's like really hard to combo out of this whenever you have the extra also. So, I mean, 70 for 1 card is, yeah, that's a little nuts.
Even if you're not going for game, into the Cell matchup at the Ultimate Battle, I played into a guy where I essentially played 8-drop Beast Han and then 3-drop Namek Goku and said you can only answer one of these.
Yeah, she just went like 45 double, which was gonna put him to 1, or was it lethal? I don't really remember, but basically she was like, here you go, give me cards and remove both these, which you couldn't. Yep. That was the finals. That was an incredibly long game.
And then of course the bread and butter of this deck, we have the 8-drop piece Gohan. Essentially he pops 5 of your energy, puts them into drop, and then ramps back 5 energy costs or higher in active mode. Very, very good at cycling out things that you've charged, because if you had to charge like the Krillins early game, you can put them in drop, bring back cost, like higher cost cards that you're not going to be able to get back, so you can cycle those Krillins out from drop with Hercule. He's essentially only a 3 cost, and he swings 50, and he puts something in drop, which is really beneficial. I know everyone doesn't really enjoy the fact that green is getting all the SCRs, but I'm a green player, so I appreciate it a whole lot.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying. Red and yellow, honestly, the SCR are so bad.
Oh, terribly bad. And then obviously 4 super combos, can't play the deck without them. And finishing it off with 1 gigantic meteor. I played Gibby for a really long time, so having an extra that can essentially be a get out of jail free card or go for game card seemed essential. This just fit the bill nicely, especially since it's a ramp deck, so it helps me go for game, or helps me save my bacon when my opponent is swinging 40.
Yeah.
And was just an essential piece.
Yeah, it's definitely strong. We're also kind of considering putting a second one in at this point, but the only problem is if you do go up on this, it can be kind of bricky, but it's, you know, it's kind of one of those give and take things, right? It could be that risk that you run, because you won't always have the, you know, you'll always be able to play that like pseudo passive game plan into the late game where you're able to keep the energy up, because like we're always playing Beast Hunt, but sometimes you have to play the blocker of the game at 1 and 2. But anyway, that was the updated Orange Piccolo piloted by Ali at the Ultimate. Yo, so the worst duelist in post here. So I don't know what happened to the video, but at the end the audio got messed up. So she talked about her matchups. If you made it to the end, thank you for watching the whole thing. I'll just kind of briefly go over it in her stead. So round 1 she played against Namek Goku. Obviously, this deck beats Namek Goku. She basically just ran him out of cards, and there really wasn't much that he could do. Round 2, she played against me. I was playing Golden Frieza. She ended up removing a very vital piece from my board, and I never drew another one. So, yeah, I was teching the Metacooler Core to get the 2 blockers back and restand them in a turn. She removed the Metacooler Core, and then I never drew another one. That's like the only way that I can really hold it out against Orange Piccolo. So she ended up getting that one. It was really close. I kind of had total control of the game up until like that last turn, like the last 2 or 3 turns. So yeah, she got there against me. She was really worried about that matchup because her and I play that one a lot, and it's like it's kind of like 55-45 for Frieza, right? Because I could just mitigate everything that the deck's trying to do. And then the last round she played against Cell, it was an incredibly long game. It was like, Cell was like charging like 8 energy. It was my buddy Ashton from Gem Mint Games. But she just ended up getting there. She just kind of outgrinded him because like Hercule spam and shit like that. She was played the matchup really smart. She never put a Beaston on board until like there was something for her to clear with it. And then, yeah, she just kind of ended up getting there. Like, she was using that promo Gohan a lot in that matchup to clear stuff and get a 40k body and not put a Beaston on board. The Piccolos obviously did pretty decent work in that matchup as well. But anyway, thank you for watching. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I don't really know what happened to the video at the end there, but I kind of gave you a quick breakdown there. Just a little 3-rounder, but still an accomplishment nonetheless. But anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.